All right, so we're going deep on like niche chess leagues, right?
Hmm.
Like, ever heard of the Shatranj Premier League?
Hmm.
Probably not. Most people haven't. Me neither, actually. But you sent over this whole stack of articles, and wow, this league, it's got a story.
Yeah.
And it all starts with this guy, Krishna Kumar Parthasarathi, KP they call him. Well, he founded the whole thing.
Okay.
And his account, that's what we're really digging into here. It's like, I don't know, front row seat to watching this whole thing just like explode.
What's kind of amazing is it seems like it started super organically, like 2020, everyone's stuck inside,
Uh-huh.
right? And KP and a couple buddies are like, oh, okay, screw it, let's play some chess instead of the usual video games.
Yeah, like ditching Call of Duty for some, what is it, Sicilian defense or something.
Exactly. But I bet even they had no clue this is where it'd go.
Totally.
Yeah.
But that's how these things go, right?
Yeah.
It's like 4 friends, then it's 8, then suddenly you've got 30 people. By the time lockdowns ease up, bam, full-blown community on
Yeah.
your hands. And like every good, origin story, they had their early, I guess you'd call them stars. Rishikesh, Vinay,
Okay.
Lokesh.
Right.
These guys probably just thought they were messing around. Next thing you know, they're like legends of the league. But then KP, he makes this really smart move. 2021, they switch it up, go team-based play.
Which, that was just brilliant because team stuff, it changes the whole game. It's not just you against the world anymore.
Yeah.
You got strategy huddles happening, you got trash talk in the team chat. Suddenly, the stakes are higher.
Way higher. It's not just bragging rights anymore. Like, I don't know, it's like playing pickup basketball versus like joining a serious league.
Exactly.
And speaking of leagues, this is where the whole Balaji era thing comes in. Now, KP's account, he doesn't quite explain what made this Balaji dude so amazing at chess.
It does say that they had to like step up their game when he showed up.
Yeah, like, was this guy a speed demon? Some kind of tactical mastermind? I'm picturing, like, Bobby Fischer level prodigy, right?
Right.
Sadly, that's one thing KP leaves out. But think about it. A community barely a year old, they've already got their golden age. That's wild.
That's how fast these online spaces, they can just like take off. They find amazing talent, rival those big established groups, and it happens so fast. But that fast growth, that comes with its own, complications.
For sure, because it wasn't all like, rainbows and checkmates. KP mentions some, how do you put it, fringe elements, like conflict started popping up as the league got more popular. I guess that's just like the internet, right?
Oh yeah, every online community, it's got its own drama. And for KP, trying to keep that in check, making sure people are playing fair, all while this thing he built is just blowing up.
Yeah.
That's
That,
tough.
that's got to be a balancing act.
Absolutely. You want people to feel welcome, but you got to protect what makes the game special too. It's tricky.
And they hit some, like, serious speed bumps, too, around seasons 21, 22. KP actually steps down from running things for a while there.
Wow. Yeah, I bet.
Can you imagine you build this whole thing up, it's your baby, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly it's, like, out of control.
That's got to be the like make it or break it moment for online communities. Do they fall apart or do they figure it out?
Right. And the Shatranj Premier League, well, they figured it out. Big time.
We did.
Season 25, their big Silver Jubilee season. They come back strong. But here's the thing. They didn't just, like, go back to the old playbook.
Right.
They actually got kind of, I don't know, experimental with it.
Interesting.
They brought back individual tournaments after, like, 14 seasons of just teams.
Yeah.
Man, that's a bold move.
It kind of tells you something. Like they knew they had to change it up, bring back some of that early magic that made it special.
Yeah.
Mixing the individual with the team stuff, it meant more players, different styles, all felt included.
For sure. For sure. And speaking of unique, you were saying they launched this Grand Slam saga.
Yeah, this is cool. Imagine, right? A whole series, 4 tournaments, each one's got its own twist on how you play.
Okay.
One of them is this thing, Chess 960. Basically, it's chess, but you shuffle the pieces at the start, totally random how they're set up.
Wait, so instead of that classic starting position everyone knows, it's like, what? Someone just throws the pieces on the board, however?
Basically, 960 different starting positions you can get, hence the name.
That's nuts. So strategy-wise, you're just thrown for a loop right from the get-go.
Totally. You can't rely on those openings you've memorized. You got to think on your feet, understand the game on a different level.
That is wild. And then there was that SPLX UCL thing. KP mentions it, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah. Sadly, the source is a little vague on that one. But knowing these guys, how much they love to try new stuff, I'm guessing it was another one of their, creative formats to keep things exciting.
Part of me's picturing, like, a chess-soccer hybrid now. pawns dribbling down the board.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, probably not.
Yeah.
But you got to admire the creativity.
Oh, for sure. And this all leads up to their big championship, right? The Grand Slam championship. Think of it like their World Cup.
Okay, okay.
64 players, some amazing new talent shows up, and actually the source mentions it. First time ever, they had a woman versus woman knockout match.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Like a real Clash of the Titans moment.
Yeah, you can practically feel the intensity through the screen.
And to think, this whole thing, the Grand Slams, the crazy formats, it all started with a few friends stuck at home just wanting to play chess.
It's pretty amazing, right? Just goes to show you, sometimes those little passion projects, they tap into something much bigger, you know?
Totally.
Finding an audience around the world, create something really special. And the thing is, this wasn't about, like, fame or money for them.
It was just that pure love of the game, right? So like, when you've been into a band since like their early garage band days, and
Yeah.
then suddenly, boom, they're huge, everyone knows them,
Yeah.
you're happy for them, but there's also that part of you that's like, man, remember back when?
Oh, totally. Nostalgia's a powerful thing. And for KP, you can tell after putting so much of himself into this league, season 25, it got kind of bittersweet for him. Like a huge win, but also a goodbye.
Yeah, I bet letting go was tough.
Hmm.
But you can also hear it in his words, like the pride. It's almost like, sending your kid off to college. They got to do their own thing now.
Exactly. He even says it. The league's like got a life of its own now.
Bigger than any one person. That's got to be, I don't know, kind of an amazing feeling, right? When something you create, it just keeps going.
Absolutely. Makes you think, why are we so drawn to these online communities anyway? Is it the competition or that feeling of like belonging?
Right, because especially these days, everything's so, I don't know, spread out.
Exactly. Maybe it's wanting to be part of something, connect with people who get you, even if they're like across the world. It's wild how something as, niche as an online chess league can become this whole world unto itself, with its own rivalries and triumphs, the whole deal.
It's kind of inspiring, actually.
Yeah.
Like, even with all the craziness online, there's still room for people to just get excited about something, build a community around it. Who knows? Maybe right now someone's logging on, making a move, and they're about to start the next Shatranj Premier League.
All right. Maybe so. You never know.
That's the beauty of it, I guess. That wraps up our deep dive today, folks. We'll be back next week with another fascinating look at something else most people haven't heard of. Until then, keep it interesting.